Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I'm Andy Ruther, coming to you live from the Smut Studio in Venice Beach, California, with my co-host, Joey No Chill Frano.
You were like, it's not morning, it's not evening. What do I do? Do I midday in the Smut Studio?
You literally
Yeah.
knew exactly what was going on in
You're
my
like,
head.
Venice Beach, California.
What time is it? Yeah, it's 5:37.
Yeah, 5:37 here on a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
You're recording this early, so I'm headed out to Tahoe tomorrow.
Yeah, a lot of recording. Then you and Laz are gonna do dirty slides.
That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna slide it up after this.
It's nonstop.
Are you producing dirty slides for us today?
I can. Do you want me to?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
It'll get you. Show the interns what they're doing.
Yeah. I'll take Trevor's seat, and I'll be off mic.
And you can get super high and delete the episode.
No, you know what?
Shots fired.
Yeah, right. I can't get high because I got to tell jokes tonight, and I'm not good stoned.
You got the Hostel show.
Yeah, I'm hosting, so I got to make sure that I prep them for everybody else. I butter them up, so to speak. That's a tough crowd to butter up too. It can be, man. Foreigners, I'll tell you what. When they don't speak English, not easy to tell jokes at times.
But then there's no like. Whenever they don't speak English, I'm just like, well, can't tell if you didn't like me anyway. Like,
yeah,
if you don't speak English, sorry.
You usually do well in that room, though.
I do okay.
Because you can do crowd work. That's a crowd work room.
I like it when they don't. I feel like every time I do the Hostel there, I feel like I'm Letterman doing his monologue. Like the best ones are the ones where they don't go well, where they don't get the joke, and then I have to explain the joke.
Yeah.
And then everybody laughs at the explanation, and then we move on to the next one. And they don't get it, and then I get a laugh explaining it.
Did you see this Santa Monica Press? What is it? Daily Press gave us a big write-up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The woman secretly came
Magid having a bonanza of a press week.
Yeah.
Kind of make an appearance on later in the episode of Dirty Sports here.
Yeah, to talk.
He's in the newspaper.
That's right, to talk World Cup. But yeah, she secretly came to the comedy show.
Investigative reporting.
Yeah, and then she called us both up to do interviews, and sadly, it was a show that I was actually out of town. Where was I? Forget what I wasn't hosting that night. But regardless, that's one of the lines. If you read the article in the paper, that's what I said. Basically what you just said. I said, some of my favorite nights are when there's 40 people in there, you can't move, it's packed, and no one laughs at anything. Like that weird watching every comic die, I kind of enjoy.
Like my favorite nights are when no one laughs and I have sex with two Israeli stewardesses. So flight attendants.
Yeah, this is 2018.
Yeah. You could lose your job for saying stewardess these days.
You think?
Yeah, probably.
That's right. You don't hear that term anymore.
No.
I think what happened was when gay dudes overtook that job.
Homosexuals, Andy.
You can't say gay dudes?
No, you can't say gay dudes.
By the way, quick.
I had a gay retarded midget stewardess recently, though.
Did you?
No, I just thought.
No, I
just wanted to pack everything in one statement.
I have an update, though, for our discussion last episode about who would get more numbers.
Yeah.
I was texting you. I reached out to my buddy, Drew Picorni, who's been on Dent Report. He basically laughed and said nobody's getting numbers, which is true.
Right.
Not in the gay community.
And that's what I said after you texted me. I was like, well, I guess there's only one way to settle this. We're going to have to be gay for a week so you can fuck more dudes.
Yeah. He basically said no gay dudes are getting numbers. And he gave recommendations for each of us where to go, where we could pick up the most gay men.
And I was like, we're not actually trying to go pick up gay men. He's like, well, if you're going to do it.
He also said we're pretty cocky. Like, and I like that how you and I both just assume gay dudes want to bang us.
I don't assume that at all. I never had any. I never even thought about it once. I just have had numerous occasions where I've been harassed by gay dudes, and I had my drink bought for me in San Francisco by a gay dude who thought he was taking me home, and I was like, oh, that's not happening.
But this makes sense. He was saying if you were to want to pick up men, you would go into Silver Lake, which is the hipster area of LA, and he was naming bars you could basically get dudes to pick you up on, which makes sense. You were saying because San Francisco is all hipster.
Yeah, it's very hipster town. San Francisco has its own vibe too. I I can't decide if that's offensive to hipsters or San Franciscans to refer to them as hipsters. But either way, San Francisco's got its own vibe.
It was around this time last year when we made our trip.
Yeah.
The infamous pegging chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
By the way, I'll just leak it because I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm hearing rumors. I jokingly said when you got the centaur photo over there,
Yeah.
I jokingly said we need one of me getting pegged, and there was a Photoshop that somebody had done.
Oh boy.
Of Katie Cerniglia. How's it actually pronounced?
Cernelia.
Whatever. We're gonna say Cerniglia.
Yeah.
Of her pegging me, and I've heard there's rumors that there might be. What is that called? What is the technical term of that? What you have?
That's a canvas.
A canvas. There's rumors there might be a canvas of me getting pegged, and I'm like, wait, what? Is this going to go up in the smut studio?
It's going to go above your bed. You're just going to keep putting really disturbing things above your bed until somebody finally breaks. I want to see you getting pegged by Harambe. That to me, that would be the ghost of Harambe pegging you.
Yeah. And I'll wait to put that one up when my mom visits.
Yeah. Put the pegging one in your bathroom, just so when people go in there, it's like, what happened? I remember my sister painted a self-portrait. I think she was in high school. She did a canvas of a self-portrait, and it was terrible. It looked like she was like melting.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so funny that I took it and I put it up in our bathroom in Brooklyn, and people would be like, "Who is that above your toilet?" I was like, "That's my sister's self-portrait."
That's great. Well, Prano, we do have some sports to get to.
Yeah.
But before we do that, I just want to say I'm in a good mood right now. Like I said, it's early evening. I cooked a late afternoon meal from Blue Apron.
Did you? What'd you cook?
I cooked the ramen. I don't know the technical name of the meal.
The technical name.
Sorry, Blue Apron. But
I don't know the scientific name. But
it was ramen with pork and snap peas.
Okay.
It's delicious.
I had a pork with mustard seeds and coleslaw and potato salad last night from Blue Apron, and it was delicious.
Did you cook that with your lady?
I did.
What I like, and you called me out on this earlier, and you're right, what's great is play-by-play, step-by-step directions from Blue Apron.
Yeah, it's great. I handle all the cooking of the meat and anything that happens on the burners and the grill and in the oven, and I let my lady do all the vegetable prep and the dicing and the slicing and the washing of the produce. It's great.
You're tag teaming those meals.
Yeah.
And actually, the way they write the directions that's actually the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Grab a second person. DirtBalls, you too can take advantage of a great offer we have with Blue Apron. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free at blueapron.com/dirty. That's blueapron.com/dirty to get your first 3 meals free. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. Okay.
I highly recommend it, guys. Get 3 meals. Make them with your lady. Make them with your man. Make them with your significant other. Invite a lady over for dinner. Ooh, a first date situation. How about you come over and I cook for you? Try it. Get your first 3 meals and tell me it doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we're going to do World Cup later in the show. We already pre-recorded that.
Soccer.
With Michael Magid. We go in depth. But before we do that, I know the NBA season's over, but I want to talk. There's a few things I want to talk about.
But NBA trolling season has just begun.
Are you referring to Kobe Bryant?
Kobe Bryant, Draymond Green wearing an Arthur meme shirt today. All kinds of shit happening.
Well, okay, let's do Draymond first.
Yeah.
He trolled last year.
Yeah.
With the Quickie shirt.
Yeah.
Off of Quickie Loans.
Yeah.
What do you make of this?
Well, Draymond.
I think it's. You say your place, then I'll say
he
mine.
called Kevin Durant from the parking lot crying after LeBron James beat them now 3 seasons ago. So there's no trolling here. It's like he's the guy who got beat up in the schoolyard, then told his older brother about it. And his older brother drove over from the high school, beat up a couple middle schoolers, and now the kid walks around going, "Yeah, don't fuck with me."
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you called your high school brother to come beat up middle schoolers on the playground.
Sure.
That's what you did.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. And also, the only reason that any team had a shot against the Warriors is if Draymond Green shot the ball. So it's kind of gross to me. I think it's just lame.
Well, you already want, like, you swept them. What do you?
Yeah.
What's the trolling? Not to mention, I always say it to LeBron's face, bro. You can
Yeah.
do that.
Right.
Like, you're not gonna do it to LeBron's face. I did see that actually. I want to talk about Swaggy P for a minute,
Uh-huh.
bro. What are you doing? You're a wannabe J.R. Smith.
Well, I mean, is that really a thing to want to be?
But he is. He's a poor man's J.R. Smith. He's doing this whole thing. I put it out on our social media feeds. The clips or the post that he put on his own social media. How it's the shirtless summer. He's not wearing a shirt. He's literally doing exactly what J.R. Smith did. I think that's lame. You're just
Well,
copycat,
not
bro.
only is he doing exactly what J.R. Smith did in the parade, he's doing exactly what J.R. Smith did in the basketball games. Again, you're just a guy who misses open threes. Like, save the celebrating for the guys who did something.
Yeah.
What did you do? You were a terrible signing. They're definitely going to get rid of you the first opportunity they get. You're gone. And you're having shirtless summer?
And by the way, I have shirtless summers all the time, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna advertise it.
Also, Swaggy P, pick up a fanny pack because you're not wearing a shirt, so you should have a place to keep all your gear.
Yeah, apparently I do have a fanny pack.
Yeah.
Consensus has said that I do own a fanny pack.
Yeah. It's all right. Rogan owns a fanny pack too, so you're good.
That changed my opinion. I mean, if Joe Rogan owns a fanny pack, it's cool. It's totally cool. You got to get on that train, Prano. Fanny packs, float labs.
Yeah. Hair plugs.
He don't have any hair plugs.
Rogan?
He had a disaster when he tried, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm not getting tattoos. I'll say that much.
Does Rogan have tattoos?
Dude, he's all inked up. His arms.
I honestly, the last time I think I've listened.
You never watched a YouTube video?
No, I've listened to like maybe 5 Rogan episodes. I remember him from News Radio. Does that count?
It does.
I've heard him do some UFC fights. I've seen him at the Improv a few times.
All inked up. You never noticed his arms?
Nah, I mean, I honestly, I think
he's probably always wearing sleeves.
Yeah, when I've seen him at the clubs.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Kobe Bryant here.
Let's do it.
Because Kobe won't shut his mouth now. And I know we reamed Kobe a couple weeks ago over his Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
But Kobe, look, man. You talk about looking petty.
It's not even petty. It's exactly what I said. I've said this about all the people who criticize LeBron. I've said it about all the people that talk trash, all the people that rank people, all the other basketball guys. It's just insecurity. It's insecurity about where he stands. Nobody in their right mind who knows anything about basketball compares LeBron James to Kobe Bryant. Nobody. Who understands the game of basketball?
Charles Barkley does.
Charles Barkley.
And he also said did you see he also said he'll slap anybody who compares LeBron to Michael Jordan now.
But Charles Barkley is and always has been a guy who is an entertainer. I'm not going to Charles Barkley for they don't let Charles Barkley get on the telestrator. They let Kenny Smith do that. They let Kenny Smith break down the games. Charles Barkley's over there just going, in the 90s, but this is the way it was, It was terrible. It's terrible now. No teams. I mean, he literally said before the Warriors won a championship,
the 3-point stuff, yeah.
No jump shooting team would ever win a championship. Now they're in the midst of a dynasty. A dynasty. Nobody, it's on the internet there. The LeBron James is better statistically than Kobe Bryant in his career in every single statistical measure except free throw shooting. That's it. It's like I was talking about the tweet I did about going down to Venice. If you walk down to Venice Beach tomorrow and some guy goes, hey, I'll give you $1 million if you beat us in 2-on-2. You get to pick your teammate between these two guys. This guy's a better passer, rebounder, shooter, scorer, outside shooter, defender, everything. He's just not a better free throw shooter. This guy, he's a better free throw shooter. Who are you taking?
Yeah.
Also, when you talk about when my favorite thing to do on the internet when I'm arguing with people who just count titles is to go, Robert Horry greater than Jordan, right? 7 greater than 6.
But that's when the buts come in.
Yeah,
but he's a
so
role player.
Right. So here's the deal. That's what you do when you want to troll back somebody who's just counting titles. But there's a reason that Robert Horry isn't better than Michael Jordan. And what's that reason, Andy?
Well, Jordan's a better player.
Sure. And also, Jordan is the most important player on his team.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan aren't equal because they both were 6-0 in finals and they both played on the Bulls teams. No, Jordan was the best player on those teams. Kobe Bryant has 2 NBA championships as the best player on his team. And honestly, I've argued it before, and I will go to the mats for it again. I don't know if he's the best all-around player on those teams, but he does have the 2 finals MVPs from those. The majority of people would say Kobe Bryant was the best player on 2 championship teams. LeBron James has been the best player on 3 championship teams already. It's over. You'll never match him. Your career's over. His career's still going. You were the best player on 2 championship teams. He was the best player on 3 championship teams. He has multiple MVPs. You have 1 MVP you didn't even deserve. Okay? Shaq carried you to 3. Bottom line. Oh, well, actually, Shaq went up against, nobody in those finals. Yeah. And before those finals, he went up against Duncan. And he went up against Garnett. And he went up against Weber. And he went up against Rasheed Wallace. All through those playoffs, he had to go through dominant all-star and Hall of Fame big man just to get to the finals. He carried Kobe Bryant to 3 championships. Kobe Bryant has 2 titles as the best player on his team. LeBron has 3. He dominates them in every facet. Well, it's just not even a fucking argument.
Well, I want to reiterate what we talked about last episode. Just that you can't win with just one, and we've seen that. You know, Kobe needs Shaq, Shaq needs Kobe, vice versa.
Kobe needs Powell.
Exactly. So I think that's important. I'm going to read Kobe's quote because everything we're saying is important,
and it's also important to remember this because you make a good point. No one can do it alone. Okay. But what LeBron James can do alone
is get his team to the finals.
Go to the NBA Finals in the weak East. He's going to the NBA in his entire prime. He's played in the NBA Finals. In Kobe Bryant's prime, when Kobe Bryant was the age LeBron James is right now, he was missing the playoffs, losing in the first round. Why? Because he had a roster like LeBron James has right now. LeBron James, what about the 2011 Mavs series? What about the 2011 Mavs series where they swept Kobe Bryant, where they beat him by 40 in game 4, where his coach quit after, where they fucking were like, we're done. It's over. Where he ended the 2011 Mavs ended Kobe's career as we know it. That's it.
Well, that's the thing. When you read Kobe's quote, and I literally broke it down there. I was texting Prano. What's fascinating is, on one hand, Kobe's basically saying, you as an individual have to do what you have to do to win. But he's also ignoring that it's a team game. Let me just read it. Let me just read his quote. By the way, there was a big forum that Bleacher Report held, and Bleacher Report asked him this. LeBron has 3 rings. He's been to more finals than any player in modern times, but he's 3-6 after this series. Does that matter to his legacy? It's about legacy, yo. Bryant responded, all I thought about as a kid personally was winning championships. That's all I cared about. That's how I valued Michael. That's how I valued Larry. That's how I valued Magic. It was just winning championships. Now, everybody's going to value things differently, which is fine. I'm just telling you how I value mine. And then this is the quote, the diss at LeBron, which I think is so hilarious. If I'm Bron, you got to figure out a way to win. It's not about narrative. You want to win championships. You just got to figure it out.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What when you look at LeBron's career and you look at the teams LeBron has lost in the finals, LeBron has lost now to the San Antonio Spurs, the Dallas Mavericks, and the Golden State Warriors. That's it. That's who he's lost to in the finals. And he lost to, the big three that Kobe Bryant is referring to earlier in the playoffs. And he lost when he was with the Cavs to a bunch of teams because, let's be honest, pre-leaving for Miami, he had literally no help.
Yeah.
That's when he was going to finals with the exact equivalent, if not worse, than the Smush Parker fucking Lakers teams. Okay? Now, Kobe Bryant lost to those Spurs. He lost to those same Spurs. Those Laker teams at one point also had a 1-2 record against those Spurs. Now they went on to have a 4-3 playoff record against them. But that's with Shaq. That's with Pau. What about the time when you were losing to those Spurs? You lost to those Spurs. You lost to those Mavs. You lost to that big three Celtics team.
Well,
you never played a team even close to the level of this Warriors team.
Well, agreed on all that. I just want to continue to read what Kobe said. He said, Michael gave me some really good advice after the 2008 finals. And to remind everybody, that's when they lost in 6 games to the Celtics. He says, you got all the tools. You got to figure out how to get these guys to that next level to win that championship. Going into the 2010 series, I said, listen, Boston, they got Ray Allen, they got Paul Pierce, they got Garnett, they got Sheed. The talent is there. They're stacked. That was the first super team. Hilarious. By the way, that is so funny. Kobe Bryant, who prides himself, let me just say this. Watch anything with Kobe Bryant. Kobe prides himself on knowing the history of the game, and I used to always watch Jerry West game film. Kobe Bryant is so full of shit to say that was the first super team. It's like he forgot that just a few years earlier, I don't know, him and Shaq signed Hall of Famers Karl Malone and Gary Payton, who Gary Payton ended up going on. He went on to Miami then to win a title after he left the Lakers, who couldn't get him one. Anyway, side note.
But hold on. But also, let's go back to, so Kobe lost to that Celtics team, and then he found a way to beat that Celtics team. LeBron lost to that Celtics team, and then he ended that Celtics team. That's it. You're going to New Jersey, and you're going to New Jersey, and you're going to Miami. That's it. He dismantled that Celtics team. So, okay, we got the Celtics. Check. Kobe got the Celtics. Now, Kobe lost to the Spurs. Then he figured out a way to beat the Spurs. LeBron lost to the Spurs in Cleveland. Then he beat the Spurs. What the fuck are we talking about here? Kobe got shit on by that Mavs team. 4-game sweep. Lost by 40 in game 4. I think it was like 46 or something. It was a stupid number. He got his fucking shit.
I remember watching that game. Game 4 was in Dallas. It was a Sunday afternoon. I remember watching it here in the Smut studio before it was.
Bynum's fighting people.
Yes.
Artesta's fighting people.
It was the worst loss in Lakers.
Phil Jackson's walking
history.
away. That was the moment I knew that Mavericks team had a stupid amount of veterans. A stupid amount.
But this is what I don't understand.
I don't even know why we're talking about this song. LeBron James is a multi-MVP. How many MVPs do you have? 5?
Because this isn't even all about LeBron. To me, a lot of this is about just the arrogance and the.
It's not arrogance. It's not arrogance.
Ignorance.
It's not ignorance. It's not. Okay, here's the deal, Andy. He's insecure about his legacy, and he's lying. That's it. You don't hear Duncan doing this. You don't hear Jordan doing this.
That's the point.
You don't hear. You know who's insecure about their legacy? Kobe Bryant. You know who's insecure about their legacy? Paul Pierce. You know who's insecure about their legacy? Kevin Durant, who's on the internet pretending to be other people. The people that are arguing where they stand.
That's what I'm saying.
They're insecure. And you know what, Kobe Bryant? We know it. You're lying. You're lying. We know you're lying. You know you're lying. Everybody knows you're lying. You think you're better than LeBron James? No, you don't. You think you didn't rape that girl? No, you don't. You are a liar. He's lying. He's just lying. It's cool. He's a liar. We've known he's been a liar for a long time. We've known he's been a piece of shit for a long time. He ran Shaq out of town when Shaq carried him to 3 championships. He's a piece of shit, and he's a liar. He's lying. That's it. It's not an argument. You're lying. No one believes this. No one that knows anything about basketball, and I truly believe Kobe Bryant knows something about basketball, nobody that knows anything about basketball believes this. You do know about basketball. Kobe, you don't believe this. You don't. You don't believe this. There's a reason that people talk about Michael Jordan and Bill Russell and LeBron James and Kareem and Magic and Bird. And they don't talk about Casey Jones and Tommy Heinsohn and fucking Bob Cousy and Robert Ory and Steve Kerr. The reason that you don't talk about it is you weren't the best player on your team. You weren't. You were the best player on 2 teams. Maybe.
And I want to remind everybody, as far as all that's concerned, I want to remind everybody listening, Kobe Bryant's numbers, again, living out here in LA, I used to watch all those games. Kobe Bryant's game 7, I have to pull it up. I just have to remind everybody. This is just so funny to me. I have to remind everybody, Kobe Bryant in game 7 of the 2010 finals, which they won, not because of Kobe. Not at all because of Kobe. They won game 7 at home, a game they were losing to the Celtics. Kobe Bryant's numbers that game. Has Jordan ever had a game like this? Has LeBron ever had a game? No. The greats, listen to these numbers. He was 6 of 24 in a game 7 NBA. 6 of 24, 0 of 6 from three-point range. You tell me, would LeBron James or Michael Jordan ever go 6 of 24 in a game 7? That's 25%.
You gotta have that killer instinct to keep shooting.
You know who won that game? His cast. Let me just read these numbers. Meta World Peace, 20 points. Pau Gasol, 19 points.
Give the rest of Pau Gasol's line, because I bet you had a bunch of rebounds too. I bet you had a couple blocks.
Now Kobe had 15 rebounds. That's only redeeming stat. Pau had 19 points, 18 rebounds, and 2 blocks.
Yeah. Because the truth is, Pau Gasol was the best all-around player on those championship teams. He just was.
Meta World Peace had 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 steals. Oh, and by the way, that's another fact that we all forget. We all forget when the Lakers lost to the Celtics. You know, those super teams, and I don't need to go anywhere. Who'd they sign? Former Defensive Player of the Year, Ron Artest, to play lockdown defense when he was still in his prime.
Yeah.
So let's not forget that.
And let's also not forget that he ran Shaq out of town, and he didn't win a playoff series. Find a way to beat the Mike D'Antoni Phoenix Suns in the first round.
They were up 3-1.
Yeah,
weren't they?
You know
or
how
am I wrong on that?
No, you're wrong. But I'm pretty sure they weren't up 3-1. But you know how he found a way?
Were they up?
He got another big man. That's how he found a way. He got an all-star big man.
I think they were up 2-1. That's when it was 5 games against the Suns. But that's all I'm saying. Like,
in his prime, he was losing in the first round of the playoffs.
I just get so sick of this narrative.
There is no narrative. He's a liar.
Of find a way. It's a team game. It's a fucking team game. Bro, and you should know this. Of all people, well, hold on real quick. Of all people, Kobe should know it's a team game.
Kobe does know.
He had smush. Listen to his starters. They were not good. They were, and that's what I'm saying. I'll give Kobe that. They were awful. Those years, who was starting for the Lakers? Smush Parker, Chris Mim. Who's the big number 1 draft 7-foot Michael Jordan?
Bynum.
No, not Bynum. Pre-Bynum. One of the worst draft picks of all time.
I don't know.
Who Washington drafted. Jordan drafted.
Oh yeah. Who cares?
What, you know what I'm talking?
Yeah.
Why are we forgetting his name?
Because he stunk and he was a huge giant bust.
But my point is, Kobe was playing with garbage men. I get it. You didn't do anything with garbage men.
Right.
That's the point.
Right. He didn't go to the NBA Finals and lose.
Man.
But the thing is, I almost feel like we spend too much time on Kobe lying to Bleacher Report. Like, you're lying. He's lying. He doesn't believe it. And if you believe it, you're a Kobe slurper or a Lakers slurper, and you're wrong. Because Kobe doesn't believe it, and you shouldn't believe it.
Well, you're right. I just couldn't believe that Kobe Bryant, like you said,
he's insecure about his legacy.
You don't hear there's some Jordan. You don't hear there's some Duncan. I could not believe that Kobe quote tweeted somebody. And that's when I started just responding to him. When he starts using this, they were the first super team. Bro, you just know that's just a fucking lie.
The whole thing's a lie. The whole thing's a sham. Kobe Bryant is already retired and will never win as many championships as the best player on his team as LeBron James has already won.
On another note,
Kevin Durant has already passed Kobe Bryant. Kevin Durant has 2 championships and 2 finals MVPs and took a team to the final, took another team to the finals by himself.
Well, he did have Russell Westbrook and James Harden.
But he was the best player on those teams. When you look at those teams, he's the best player. Kobe Bryant was the best player, maybe on 2 teams.
Yeah. What do you make of the Pistons hiring Dwayne Casey?
Again, I said this when the Raptors fired him. I don't know what more you want from a coach than to turn the Toronto Raptors into the 1 seed. If every coach that lost to LeBron James in the Eastern Conference Eastern Conference before the finals got fired, there wouldn't be coaches in the Eastern Conference. I think it's a great hire for them.
Yeah. Well, Joe, we're going to bring on Michael Magid to talk a little World Cup and do a World Cup preview.
Yeah. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm going to tell Magid this and keep my fingers crossed that Messi gets to hoist the World Cup at the end, because otherwise, what a failure that guy's career has been. 0 World Cups.
Got to find a way. What about Ronaldo, who
find a way, dude?
Who I know does not play with good players in Portugal.
Find a way.
I know that.
Find a way. Germany, France, Brazil. I don't hear them. I don't hear all this talk that they have the best player in the world. Find a way. Find a way, Messi. People seem to say the guy's the best ever, like hands down. Find a way. Not one? Not one? Never? I don't know. Sounds like he doesn't have that killer instinct.
Yeah. Well, let's bring on Michael Magid. So I'm very excited for our guest today, Prano. He is a World Cup connoisseur. Michael Magid.
Oh, thanks, Andy. I'm stoked to be here with both you guys here. I got to be honest, I haven't been here since this setup, and this is pretty incredible.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, this is pretty incredible. Brisbane Lions.
Yeah.
Aussie rules football.
When you sit here, do you feel like your video is going to be intro? But truth is, we aren't casting anything, and they won't be paid.
What?
Well, here's what I want to do before.
Well, Michael, you can make up to $3,000 to $5,000 talking about World Cup. So let's get to it.
I don't know. I mean,
but before we do that, before we get into the World Cup, I want to say, Prano, you are looking fresh in that flag and anthem gear.
Thank you. Got my flag and anthem short sleeve button down. I love these. Look at these. These are like kind of buttons, but they're also pearl buttons. The button snaps. It's the best. This is one of my favorite shirts.
We just got our new
flag and anthem jeans.
We just got our new gear in, and I didn't tell you this. We will have ordered the same shirt.
Oh, I like that you didn't tell me that when we ordered it. You didn't go like, hey, we have the same shirt. You want to pick a different one?
No, I want us to be matching.
I know that's weird.
No, I love it because I love the flag and anthem gear. I love it. I think it'd be cool one episode if we're wearing the same shirt. And you guys can look just like us. Just go to flagandanthem.com, drop promo code DIRTY at checkout, because that will give you 25% off your first order. Michael Magid over here, he has seen the transformation.
I have seen the transformation. I almost actually showed up in the old school Andy Ruther sweatpants just to make a point. But then I was like, you know what? By the time I get there, he's going to be just completely decked out in flag and anthem. And
well, Andy didn't want you to come in and be like, "Where's Andy?" So he's rocking his mesh shorts. And
I see. This is the shirt. Well, no, that's okay because this is the sporty Andy Ruther look. This is the Venice Beach body look.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. I didn't get all.
You didn't put the fanny pack on.
No, I didn't get the excellent flag and anthem gear. But you guys can take advantage of this great offer. Go to flagandanthem.com, drop promo code DIRTY to get 25% off your first order. Once again, that's flagandanthem.com, promo code DIRTY. Okay, Magid. Prano and I don't know shit about soccer.
No.
But you, explain your background for the dirtballs who don't know.
All right, so
good intro. But
you on the other hand, are some guy who's wearing a U.S. soccer hat in the middle of us. For the dirtballs who don't know out there, I played the game. I played in college. I played a little bit after college. I became a coach. Worked with youth development programs, with the U.S. national team programs.
And you coach right now.
Yeah. I run a goalkeeping academy here in L.A. So, and I also have a goalkeeping podcast with actually Aviata Sports called Inside the 18. It's just all about goalkeeping. So if you think this is boring, check out the goalkeeping podcast.
It's all goalkeeping.
It's all goalkeeping.
That's amazing.
So although actually, I think Joe, I think you might like that more because it's a little bit more like Aussie rules football.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, yeah.
Great.
Yeah. It's very physical.
How would I be as a goalkeeper?
How would you be as a goalkeeper? Well, let's see here.
Actually, let me ask you this, because Joe and I don't know.
Yeah.
What are the traits of a good soccer goalkeeper?
The traits of a good soccer goalkeeper: height.
Don't have that.
So Joe actually is a great height for a professional goalkeeper. He's about 6'4"?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic height.
I actually, fun fact, when I was in New York in my early 20s, instead of saying I was like a struggling comic, I would tell girls that I was the backup goalie for the New York, New Jersey Metro Stars. And a lot of times they'd believe it.
Honestly, I would have.
Who knows the backup goalie on the now defunct MLS team in New York?
Yeah. Those old school teams were great, by the way, because they looked literally like roller hockey teams from some summer ESPN2 event.
Yeah.
From back in the 90s.
Did that ever get you laid, Prano?
Oh yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. I was like, you should come to a game sometime. Play out at Giant Stadium.
They're like, so you work out with Tony Miola?
No. I mean, come on. We're talking about we're in bars. They don't even know the starting goalie. You know what I mean? They're like, what's that like? I'm like, well, I don't play a lot, but practice. Kick it around. Blocking balls, wear the gloves. It's cool.
It's cool. The level was really high back then. Andrew Shue played for the LA Galaxy.
Yeah.
That was
amazing.
Thing.
Wait, what was the league called?
It was called MLS, Major League Soccer. It's just
better.
It's just way better now.
The actor from Melrose Place?
Yeah. Because when the league first started,
this is amazing.
When the league first started, they were trying to
play Dartmouth or something.
Dude, he did. He played college soccer, but I mean, it was literally they were just trying to convince anybody who had some sort of level of celebrity to just play for us. They're like, we have no money. They're like, hey, dude, you used to play. There's I don't know. I mean, I'm still on a TV show, so I guess I'm making money. They're like, we'll pay you $50,000 to do this. He's like, done. It's basically an endorsement. Oh, by the way, you're never gonna play. He never played. Because even though
nor did I on the Metro Stars. They were like, look, you and
Andrew Shue were basically the same.
You don't know what Mike's just come out.
Which team was Courtney Thorne-Smith on?
So here's the best thing is that the names of the teams were just awful because they were just no, they're like, we can't do anything. It's got to be more like lacrosse, so that American fans are going to be into it. So
you know how American fans are into lacrosse.
So they're like Kansas City Whiz, which just sounds like people are just pissing on the team.
Yeah.
It's just awful. The Dallas Burn, which sounds just like an STD.
Yeah.
It's absolutely horrible.
Oh man, I went
the
down
San Jose Clash, which just sounds like just some douchey goth band in South Bay.
The Clash.
Yeah. It was awful, but now
did Johnny Rodden have an ownership stake in that?
It was just absolutely awful. But now things have improved. The salaries are
now they're going with
absurd.
the European names instead.
Well,
which
fuck
is how
that,
you earned your way onto the being.
That's garbage.
The
in
World
my
Cup.
opinion, I can't stand that because the thing is that that's just pandering to people. They're like,
I agree.
Oh, Joe doesn't like soccer. Well, here, let's show him why we like soccer. Fuck him. We're going to do things our old school European way. Oh, guess what? People play soccer all over the world, and they don't. Dude, don't name a team based on there's 7 Uniteds.
Yeah.
In MLS. It's embarrassing. You can't come up with something better than that.
I agree. That's why the only soccer that I can even begin to slightly care about is the World Cup.
And why is that, Joe?
Just because it's a party, you know what I mean? Everybody cares about the World Cup. The bars are packed. People are going out, and
But how does your dad feel about the fact that Italy's not in the World Cup?
Well, he has no idea.
Okay.
He's struggling with Alzheimer's so thoroughly that I'm just going to tell him they won. So,
Jesus,
I am. I'm like, they won again. And he's like, great. He'll have no idea. He will not be watching. But yeah, I was raised by an Italian man who loved the Italian team. That was his big thing. I've told the story on the show a few times of when they won in what year was that they won? 2008? 2006?
No,
2002?
2006. Yeah, 2006.
2006. I called my house to congratulate him, and my sister said, call back later. He's sitting alone at the kitchen table drinking scotch and crying.
That's amazing, though.
I was like, okay.
It's a
She's
great
like,
story.
I'll tell you when he stops crying, and you can call back.
I understand. I think I know the reason why Joe doesn't like soccer is because he was immersed in Italian soccer, which, in my opinion, is the most boring soccer in the
Really?
world.
Why
Yeah.
is
Why
that?
is that?
It's just a bunch. It's all about
Very
people who love.
defensive, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's all about tactics, and they said they're like, oh, Italian coaches are fantastic. They're these defensive geniuses. And if you watch the Serie A, it's just a bunch of dudes standing there, like keeping shape. And I'm like, okay, well, they can't get through that, so it's going to be a 0-0 game. Wonderful. I like the EPL. I like.
Why are we still doing
Bundesliga.
that? By the way, we got. You're in America. Just say 0-0. We don't got to say 0-0.
Here's a question: since you coach soccer and
Yeah.
you work with young soccer players, do you guys teach flopping?
Okay, no. So I'm going to explain the difference between flopping and selling a foul. Okay, because players in the NBA sell fouls too.
Right.
A flop is when you literally do not have any sort of physical contact and then you go down for the ball, or you barely get grazed and you fucking act it out.
Okay.
Okay, if you knock into me, you're gonna sell that so that the ref can see it and go down. That's completely different, in my opinion.
Right, but then the laying there and the like,
The bitching and moaning and stuff like
I
that.
think my leg is broken. I'm pretty sure it's broken. They're like, you're not getting a card, dude. And he's like, I'm fine then. And then they get up and they walk like the
But
show.
they do
they're
it
like,
in the
"Ah!"
Have you seen Marcus Smart play for the Boston Celtics?
Yeah.
Marcus Smart.
But I blame
Marcus
soccer.
Smart literally looks like Marcus Smart must watch every soccer match in the world because
Well, no, but I blame soccer because it was the Ginobilis and the Parkers and the guys from European countries that came over that were the original, like flopping, selling the foul, and then everybody just kind of bought it.
Yeah, no,
I feel like it's in all sports.
no,
now,
yeah,
dude.
but
What
that's
sports
the
is that not
the
in
reason.
anymore?
Well,
It might be even a generational thing too, dude.
well, look, here's
Yeah.
the thing.
Kids are softer.
We're going
now.
off on a tangent. I agree with Prano. I think it all infiltrated America.
But the
through
question
soccer.
is, but to go back, do you guys teach that?
No,
You don't teach like sell it or
no,
like whatever.
I don't teach sell it or anything
Just
like
get
that.
so good at it with no
So-
coaching.
Well, let's get into the World
Okay.
Cup.
Yeah.
Let's, obviously.
I also work with goalkeepers, so like, what are they
Right.
going to sell? Like they came out and they punched a dude in the head.
Right. There you go.
You know,
Gotcha.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
pull up the groups. Now we have 8 groups, correct?
Yeah. This is my favorite.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
I love
He's
this.
excited about this.
I
group.
love this because these are these random groups that are basically picked kind of like the NBA lottery out of ping pong balls.
So you think it's bullshit?
Oh fuck yeah! Look at that.
Okay. So this is
Russia.
This is hold on a second. I know you're excited. Gotta give this guy some fucking Xanax I have in the bathroom. Calm down.
What, you
This
have
is
Xanax? What's happening here?
I do have
Okay, anyway.
Xanax to fly. Listen to this week's stat report.
Yeah.
Group A.
Yeah.
Is Russia, the host country, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Uruguay.
Yes, and this is all based on random
So
picks.
what you're insinuating is that it's a weak group, so that
I'm
Russia
insinuating
can
it's an intentionally weak group so that Russia can advance,
Got it.
being the host country.
Now let me ask, how
That's
are the
ridiculous. It's not. There's no way that happened. They deserve it. They definitely deserve it.
How are the groups
Russia,
picked?
they're a great team. They're the best
Listen,
team.
we are a wonderful team. What?
How are the groups picked?
Okay, the way the groups are picked is there's different pots, okay? And you've got your top seeds, your second seeds, third seeds, fourth seeds, and then
Okay.
all the way down. They pick one from the 1 pot, one from the 2 pot, one from the 3 pot, 4. It just happened to be that Russia ended up with the lowest 1 seed, okay? And then a couple very mediocre 2s and 3s. And I'm not even sure where Russia didn't even have to qualify. That's the
Right,
way it works.
right.
When you're the host, like Qatar's going to be in the World Cup. You know, there's more people in this apartment than in the entire country of Qatar.
So we could play on the team.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Is it Qatar or Qatar? I've heard multiple.
There's 2 different ways, and
pronunciations.
I'm not sure which
Have you
one.
ever met anybody from Qatar?
Have I ever met anybody from Qatar? Yes, they came to our show actually at the hostel.
I've
They
always,
gave us money from Qatar. It's at my house right now. It was
They
in the
did.
donation jar.
I've
Yeah.
always been a big fan of your friend Chad Qatar.
I was hoping you said. I love to shop at Guitar Center. I was really hoping I could use that
Oh
one.
my god.
I was really hoping I could use one.
Well, you did.
Okay, so if I'm a better,
Yeah.
Russia to come out of this bracket. This
Usually,
group.
But now one team makes it up from each group.
no.
Two,
Two
yeah,
teams
2
make it
teams
out of
make
this group. So here's the issue. Egypt has one of the best players in the world. His name's Mo Salah. Okay.
Mo Salah.
Mo Salah. Yeah. But he got injured in the Champions League final against Real Madrid. He
Okay.
plays for Liverpool. They're saying he's going to be back for the
Would
first
you
game of the
say
World
he
Cup.
ain't gonna play no Mo? Anyway, proceed.
Not going to move on with that.
Okay.
So he's that good.
By the way, I'm just Zach Galifianakis with the math in front of me at this point for the rest of the day. He's like, he got hurt in this league playing for this guy. I'm like, what the fuck's happening?
Fredo, we've turned this show into just gifs and memes. Anyway, proceed. Sorry.
So he's that good that he could single-handedly take Egypt into the next stage.
Okay.
Which is single elimination. But it's very rare that a host team doesn't make it out of the group.
Gotcha.
The last one to not advance out of group was South Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah. So in 2010. So if I had to be a betting man, I would say it's going to be Uruguay and Egypt out of there. Russia is really bad. They're not good. And Saudi Arabia, nobody knows anything about them because that team basically all plays domestically in the Saudi league. And I don't know anything about the Saudi league.
Well, there's two factors here.
Except for like a couple guys.
Let's talk about the different
And
weather.
you can't tell any of the players apart because they all wear burqas.
I was gonna say let's.
I don't think that's right, but that's. Yeah.
Let's talk about the two weather
I
climates.
like the guy with the dark eyes.
You can't be a good soccer player. I haven't been in Saudi Arabia, but I see a lot of sand. It's got to be too hot to play soccer, so we got to assume their players suck. Russia, how you playing in that cold? They can't be good, right? Like, but I'm serious.
Well, here's the thing.
Weather has
Here's
to
the thing
come
with
into play
Russia.
here, right?
The last World Cup, the first game, the goalkeeper, who's their starting keeper still for this World Cup, had the ball go right through his hands into the goal against Korea, and then they didn't end up advancing in that group, and they had a better team. So this guy's got a lot of pressure on him with Putin staring right at him in the Kremlin in that first game to not fuck up.
I like that Ruther's ruling out Saudi Arabia because of the sand. Never seen a picture of Egypt, huh? You have no idea what Egypt looked like.
Egypt's nickname are the Pharaohs.
Yeah, but hold on. There is a lot of sand in Egypt, but again, have not been there either. It's also
the 21st century, and
Yeah.
there's turf fields and
and there's more sand in Saudi Arabia.
there's also quite a bit of quite a bit of money in that region.
But I would love to. We're going to have somebody do the research on who actually has more sand.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so we're not going to go through each group.
No,
Yeah.
but so 8 groups, 2 advanced, then you get a 16-team single elimination tournament.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Who
Good to
are
be back in the World Cup.
that's an easy group. You say who are some of, and I can scroll down as to help you.
Yeah.
Who are some of the easiest? Like what groups are the worst and best?
So let's go
Yeah.
real fast. What's Group B, Andy?
Okay.
Group B is Portugal, Spain, Morocco, and
Iran.
Portugal.
You
Portugal's
know what Iran is?
why does it say IR Iran?
It's probably Islamic Republic of Iran.
Okay,
It's
gotcha.
Portugal and Spain out of there, Mike.
It's Portugal and Spain out of there.
They got some of the best players.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
the
Spain's
world.
got one of the best midfields in the world. Their problem is up front in the attack. They don't really have a forward other than Costa that's really going to electrify, but they're so good at handling the ball. They play what's called tiki-taka, which is your favorite type of soccer, Joe, which is basically pass the ball back and forth.
Yeah.
You love
do
that.
it,
I
yeah.
know. Like
sounds
that
like
old
a-
school Simpsons
That sounds,
episode.
like a,
Yeah,
that sounds like a fun game to play at the joint. Let's tiki-taka that shit all night.
Yeah.
Baked, fam.
So they basically just pass the ball back and around until they find the right hold of attack, and then they go into
Still
it.
only 1 calorie.
But yeah, Portugal and Spain out of that group for sure.
Okay, Group C, we have France.
This is a tough one because France is considered to be a favorite to win the World Cup. This weekend, they tied the United States, who played like 8-year-olds in that game.
Well,
Um,
France,
yeah.
Australia, Peru, and Denmark.
I mean, that's a toss-up between Australia, Peru, and Denmark that could go any way.
So the Aussies have a chance of getting out of there?
Aussies have a chance, but they have a very dysfunctional team. They've got Tim Cahill as their best player, who's 38 years old. So shout out to
being
38. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shout out to 38-year-olds,
We
right?
tell them the best player in the entire Aussie
Yeah.
women's football league.
Exactly. There you go, because you identify
Exactly.
as an Aussie rules women's female player. Yeah, of course.
So you like France and who?
Yeah, now Peru, you'll love it. You'll love Peru because their best player,
You'll love this.
their best player Guerrero is being allowed to play because they're extending his suspension basically so that he can play in the World Cup because he tested positive for cocaine, but they're going to let him play in the World Cup anyway.
What do you mean they're holding off his
They're holding
suspension?
off his suspension exactly so he can play in the World Cup.
Now, little known fact, the players of Peru got good because they play up the Incas used to play.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
mud there. So when they get on grass,
They-
it's way easier to
They
run.
would play up in the mountains in those
Yeah.
steps, and that's how they got really good.
Yeah.
They play at elevation.
Denmark's a pretty darn good team.
Denmark's good.
Yeah, Denmark's very good. This group's going to be awesome.
Okay,
This is
Group
gonna be fun.
D, Argentina.
So here's the thing: Argentina should make it to the finals, but they have a history of flaming out early, so they could even lose in the group round.
They're led by Messi.
They are led by Messi.
And I read that this might be his last time playing for Argentina.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the last time we'll see Messi in his prime next World Cup.
By the way,
cycle.
my Spanish teacher in high school,
Argentina.
Miss Patricia Lorman from Peru, used to always say Argentina, so I'm pronouncing it like Señorita Lorman. Okay.
Yeah.
We have Iceland.
We have Iceland, which is they were the darlings of the Euros. This is the first time Iceland's actually qualified. Smallest country ever to qualify for a World Cup.
Interesting stat. Also, Croatia.
Yep.
I think you're getting some sort of Ebola because
I thought he was just pronouncing Argentina.
Yeah, just a little bit of phlegm. That's what happens.
Croatia and then Nigeria.
Yeah, Nigeria, the Super Eagles. They got a couple young guys.
Wait, excuse me?
They're called the Super Eagles. Yeah.
Why is that?
That's their nickname. That's what they're.
I think the Nigeria.
Because often, Andy, in sports, a animal is used as a mascot for.
Unless you're a Major
teams.
League Soccer
Yeah.
team, in which case you just
You
go
use
like
United.
Yeah, use
I wanna
United
see-
or Real
Yeah.
or FC.
I want to see the Nigerian men bang the Iceland women. So
Okay, well, I'm sure that's available on RedTube if you put it in.
okay.
No,
Sure, it's an entire genre of
Nigeria
porn.
may be starting a 19-year-old in goal, so that should be interesting to see.
That's very young.
That's extremely young. Usually,
Okay.
a goalkeeper's one of the oldest guys on the field.
Okay,
So,
gotcha.
yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Group E, we have Brazil, Switzerland, Costa
Yeah.
Rica, and Serbia.
Yeah, I mean, Brazil is a favorite to win the World Cup. They look
Aren't they
stacked.
always?
Yeah, I mean, they've had some weaker teams in the past. 2014, they struggled for sure. But if Neymar's healthy, I think this team is loaded. Absolutely loaded.
No, what about Costa Rica? Now, Costa Rica made the World Cup instead of the
did.
U.S., correct?
Actually, Panama made the World Cup instead of the U.S.
Okay.
Costa Rica finished in front of the U.S.
I have no clue what I'm talking about. Okay,
yeah,
awesome.
Costa Rica finished in second place. Costa Rica is a very balanced team. They're one of the best in CONCACAF. Keylor Navas is their starting goalkeeper. He's the starting goalkeeper for Real Madrid. He's a world-class keeper. He could single-handedly get them out of this group. Serbia's stacked. Switzerland's a pretty good team. They got like Jed and Shaqiri.
Isn't that a Key and Peele? Aren't they the Key and Peele version in Switzerland? What's the name?
Jed and Shaqiri.
Yeah, that sounds like a Key and Peele of Switzerland, right,
Yeah.
Prano? Run with it. Okay, let's go. Group F.
I got to root for Costa Rica out of there.
Oh, here's your group, Andy.
Group F.
Mexico.
That's right.
Yeah.
Germany, who's always a squad.
Germany is a favorite to win the World Cup this year. They look absolutely. They're so good. They left off a guy named Leroy Sané, who was considered the best young player in the English Premier League, and he didn't even make the German national team.
Is he black? Or
Yeah.
Is he, yeah. Well, that explains it. I was like, is this the first white guy in history named Leroy? Probably not.
So,
He's out.
German-
German's like, you're not playing us.
No, they've got black guys on the team.
Sure, they do.
No, they do. It's a
Germany,
very integrated team.
Mexico, Sweden, and
Korean Republic. That's South Korea.
why can't we just call it South Korea? These names are messing me up. Okay, so Mexico,
Yeah.
we all know is the team Joe and I are rooting for.
So this is what's considered the golden generation of Mexico. These they're all in their prime right now. This whole age group, they started winning youth tournaments. They won under 17s. They won under 20s. They did well in the Olympics. I think they won the gold medal. They should. This is their best shot. That being said, it's Mexico, and they do things
How
like throw
dare
parties
you.
with prostitutes before
Yeah.
they go to camp.
oh, that's what makes them amazing.
By the way, my favorite part of that is, I don't know if you saw this, but Hector Herrera was excused from national team camp to go home to deal with family issues that resulted from the party.
Right.
Yeah.
So he has to go. Kobe, his wife, has to go buy her a nice fat ring.
Yeah, basically.
That's right.
exactly what
I didn't
happened
mean
there.
rape her. I meant buy her jewelry to get her off. his
No,
back.
we
Yeah.
were familiar with what you were insinuating.
All right, Group G, we have Belgium, Panama, Tunisia, and England.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this group. Belgium's a dark horse to win the World Cup. They're absolutely stacked. They got Kevin De Bruyne, Lukaku, Batshuayi,
Excuse me?
Courtois.
How dare you?
I know all these names sound really foreign to you guys, but it's a baller team.
Lukaku's not that foreign to Andy, if you know what I mean.
No, they just sound like things I've done to women.
So, I mean, England and Belgium are going to come out of this group. Panama's embarrassing that they're. I mean,
So
God,
Panama-
the U.S. should be there.
Hold
Oh,
on a second.
So
This-
sad.
This is what I want to get to.
But the U.S. stinks at soccer.
Imagine Panama is like the size of my couch.
Panama.
Great jam, by the way, Van Halen. Look it up. How do they?
It was a national holiday in Panama when they won.
We gave
to
them the
advance.
canal, and then they steal the World Cup from us. I'm just saying, how does this happen?
They also beat us in the Gold Cup, which is a regional championship.
There's so many championships going on in soccer. It's tough to keep track. Panama in ahead of the U.S.
Well, and apparently in Aussie rules football, or is it in rugby that they have this Nations League or whatever?
Yeah.
That's
Rugby
a lot
state
of
of origin.
competition.
What about our brothers and sisters from the UK? You always got.
Is the U.S. What's going on with the U.S. though? We're just bad at soccer. Bad coaching.
It was an absolute.
You know what we need?
No,
we need a man with a plan.
We're gonna have. There's gonna be either a documentary or there's gonna be a whole movie made about the whole process from 2014 to 2018 because basically it was complete dysfunction, bad coaching, the wrong people in charge, wrong identification, guys that didn't mesh well. We had some crazy Republican player who one of the coaches couldn't stand. It was just a disaster.
Are we blaming Jurgen Klinsmann?
No, I'm not blaming Jurgen because the problem is that
Jurgen. Okay.
Yeah. Here's the thing with Jurgen. First off, Jurgen's a crazy nice guy, so I can't say anything bad about Jurgen.
But am I the only one who finds it odd when you have a German guy?
Well,
is that how they do it in soccer? The German guy is Team USA's soccer coach.
Well, actually, believe it or not, Jonathan Klinsmann, Jurgen's son, actually plays for the U.S.
Okay.
He's on our under-20 national team. His wife is American. Yeah, so his kids are American.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so also, that being said, Andy, just because you're not from a country doesn't mean you can't coach that national team.
I'm not saying you can't.
Yeah.
But I just think it's a little weird.
Otherwise, how could D'Antoni go over and coach in Europe, and learn all those tactics, right?
Man,
those obviously all those defensive tactics you weren't learned over there, right?
Oh! I thought you were buttering Prano up, and then
no, it was a shot at his defense.
Defensive, just like the defensive soccer. I don't know. You check out the Warrior stats.
What about the UK? What about the UK?
I like England's squad this year.
Is
I like
Rooney
Gareth
still
Southgate.
playing, or is he retired?
No, he no longer is playing for the national team. Basically, when a player announces their retirement from international competition, it's because they're going to get cut. Usually,
they need to do Rooney and Beckham need to do the over 40.
Rooney. Oh!
Wayne Rooney's great, man. He looks like
Shrek.
Shrek.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Sorry, is this thing on?
I get it. By the way, that guy I think was arrested for pedophilia.
So
yeah.
But this England team is pretty stacked. They'll make it out of that group.
Okay, in Group H, the final group, we have Poland, Senegal, Colombia, and Japan.
Well,
by the way, it's just a good mix of people: whites, Latins, blacks, Asians. That's the fucking.
Actually, this is literally the social justice warriors group right here.
Exactly.
Yeah, Group H.
Like if there was an LGBT group in there, they'd be doing perfect.
LGBTQ.
LGBTQ.
And sometimes Y.
Or Y?
And sometimes Y.
You know better than I do. So
he didn't get the
You're
joke.
more
Anyway,
familiar.
okay. All right. So
I get you with the vowel thing.
Okay, so who's coming out of Group H?
Out of Group H, I think it's going to be Senegal and Colombia. I think Poland, God, they have Lewandowski, who's one of the best strikers in the world, but I don't think that's enough. Japan's very organized and disciplined. I know that sounds really stereotypical. I don't know if they got the horses.
Poland just, always making bonehead plays.
Using that stereotype from the 40s.
Yeah.
I
love to see how progressive we are here on this show.
Poland's team not even making it over there after their submarine sank due to the screen door.
Yes.
I love the old
Polish joke.
Polish people being idiots. They're amazing. Now, is Colombia, do their players still get...
I think the Gronkowski family completely bars that trade.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Now, do Colombian players still get shot when they lose like they did under the Pablo Escobar days?
I haven't heard of that happening recently.
Okay, we need to bring that back. Okay, so those are all the groups. Now I'm going to ask you, Michael Magid, who are your 3 favorites to win the World Cup?
My 3 favorites to win the World Cup?
Do you have 3?
Yeah, Brazil, Germany, and probably Spain, if I had to say. Those are the 3 that I would say have.
And how about some sleeper teams?
Sleeper teams, I would go with Belgium, France, if they can get their act together, if they don't pull a disaster like Saturday against the U.S. I'd say Belgium, France, and God, I would love to see Argentina make it. I just don't see that happening. Portugal would be awesome to see Ronaldo make it to a World Cup final in his prime before he finally goes
Does he
to
make
twilight.
one or no?
No, he won a Euro title. So actually, he was injured in that game, so he was on the bench, and they still won it without him. So
all right, here's some.
That's because he's not a great player. He chokes, right? That's because that's what happens if you don't win championships. Then he's just, in truth, he's really not that good.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people say that I love the fact that you brought up the LeBron thing here, because Portugal, that's the exact same thing. It's like, cool, awesome, sweet. So he plays for Portugal.
Yeah.
Like, he can't do about anything about the other dudes that happen to have his citizenship.
Right.
Like, there are no other world-class players. There's like some decent players that play for Portugal. There's no other world-class players. There's guys like Bernardo Silva. There's some decent players.
No one is good.
Patricio.
No one is good looking either.
There's some pretty good-looking dudes there.
Really? I'm just saying.
Portugal, dude. Have you seen people from that area?
Yeah, I lived in Spain. Remember,
Yeah,
it's
that's
right next
true.
door.
Yeah.
Okay, here's some rapid fire questions for you.
Yeah.
Best floppers to look out for. Give me some names.
Oh, best floppers to look out
Give me
for.
3.
Ronaldo's a bitch, to be
Okay,
honest with you.
give me-
He goes down quite a bit.
Okay, that's what
Yeah.
she said. Give me 2 more.
Guys that I think are going to be big time floppers. Well, anybody out of the CONCACAF region, which is Central America, essentially.
The Latins, huh?
Yeah, the Latins are big time.
Big
about
on
that.
salsa and flopping. Interesting.
Big on salsa and flopping. So you'll see a lot of guys like a Neymar. He'll go down like with this.
Yeah.
We'll make him fly through the air. He's also like 5'7", 130 pounds. So, to be fair, it's easy to take him down. Any other guys? I mean, Luis Suarez, but he'll probably bite you. He'll bite your face.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
He's a biter.
Yeah, he's a biter.
Okay.
That's a rough thing.
Who is the J.R. Smith of the World Cup?
In which way? Is in that he will
High,
laying the
mentally
pipe
challenged.
or going
Yeah,
to
high, mentally challenged, might not know the score of the game.
All of the Polish team.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, if I had to pick somebody who's going to be the J.R. Smith of the World Cup, I will have to say it's going to be Rafa Marquez for Mexico.
I do know Rafa.
Yeah, Rafa Marquez is involved in a drug smuggling ring.
Yes,
according to
I saw that.
Yeah, some
Look,
reports. Allegedly.
These days,
Allegedly.
athletes, they have to have more than just the athlete. LeBron's producing movies. Dame Lillard is a rapper.
Yeah.
He's a drug.
Now, in regards to a bonehead
Lord.
play, I could see somebody like a Sergio Ramos, who plays for Spain, doing something stupid like, I don't know, dislocating somebody's shoulder in a Champions League final, or giving a concussion to a goalkeeper. If something like that happens in the World Cup, where they are going to have VAR, which is called instant replay, chances are he'll get a red card. And that could cost Spain
Wait
the
a
chance to
second.
move on. Yeah.
This is sounding like, again, more reasons to like Mexico. I mean, this Marquez guy, back to him, running drug fucking rings, smuggling rings. Team Mexico.
Yeah, you're all about Team Mexico.
Viva Mexico.
You love Mexico.
Viva la Mexico.
They call their coach the professor. Yeah.
I like that. Okay, one more rapid fire question.
Sure.
Which country's fans are most likely to riot first?
Russia, I think. Yeah.
The home country.
I think the home country, the most likely to. Why? They've probably faced the least repercussions for rioting. I would be terrified to riot in a country like Russia if I was a foreign person.
So then why would you think that they would riot then?
I would think that they would riot because they need food and water, less than about soccer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's more of
just shortage of
so-
supplies.
Yeah.
Based on I don't know, a totalitarian regime controlling all the money.
Well,
I can tell you one
A lot of
thing.
oligarchs,
Russia
basically, yeah.
definitely the most likely to pussy riot.
Wait, you can make these references, but when Ruther does them, just nobody responds. That's how
Don't
this-
respond to that either.
That's how it works. Look, can we talk about the stadiums real quick?
Sure.
We know. I read the reports that they were killing stray dogs. We all know how Sochi ended up, which again blows my mind. How Sochi's a disaster.
Well, one of the ones that they decided not to do was they were going to build a stadium on an isolated island with no way to get there. Because
sounds like a Kurt Russell movie.
Sounds like something the Polish
Escape from Soccer Island.
sounds like something the Polish would do right now.
Yeah, exactly.
which was going to be a poor decision.
But Russia is a massive country.
Massive country.
How are the stadiums going to be spread out just all over?
Yeah,
Because I know that was a big deal in Brazil.
I think they spread about 1,000 miles or so,
okay.
something like that. So it's
So
going to be.
It'd be no different than like America spreading our.
Yeah,
stadiums
I
out.
mean, look,
Okay.
we're looking at this joint bid, Mexico, Canada, U.S. Think about how many thousands of miles
Yeah.
that's going to be.
I mean, even in the U.S., when the World Cup was here, we had games in New York and
Yeah,
games in
I mean, and
LA
guys, like
games-
there is things called airplanes. Like
Yeah.
people can
what is
transport
this
themselves.
airplane you speak of?
This isn't like the 1930s World Cup where people came on boats.
Polish still taking that sub though.
Oh man,
Any final thoughts, Magid, on the World Cup?
it's gonna be fun, man. I mean, honestly,
Who are you rooting for?
Now,
that's so tough because, like, I mean, there's a lot of teams that I enjoy
you,
watching.
so for people who don't know, you are biracial.
I am.
You are American.
Yes.
That's not a race, but please continue.
Well, I'm saying
Well, according to people who wear "Make America Great Again"
Right.
hats.
you are half white Jewish American.
Yes.
And half Venezuelan.
Yes. I was born in Venezuela.
No Venezuela in the cup.
No, Venezuela is very good at drinking.
Yeah.
So if there was like a drinking World Cup, they would do well in that, or performance-enhancing drugs as shortstops in baseball.
Speaking of drinking in the World Cup, I don't care about any of this at all whatsoever. How should I drink? Like, is there any sort of drinking? Is there some sort of Kobe shot challenge I can do for the World Cup? Is there anything?
Oh yeah.
What kind of drinking happens with it? Is there any like signature soccer?
Yeah. I think every single time that Paul Pogba or Neymar pulls out a ridiculous hairstyle,
Okay.
you can drink on that. That would be a good one. I was very disappointed this weekend when Pogba
played for?
He plays for France.
Uh,
The French team is very multicultural.
Got it.
Well, Magid.
Fuck the French, by the way.
We appreciate you dropping by and bringing the.
Yeah, no worries. Do you mind if I plug this? This
Of course,
thing
I was going to
got
get to that. Now you are going on a World Cup comedy tour.
I am
across
indeed.
The United States.
I am indeed. And as it should be done, everyone's going to be so hammered during the World Cup. We're waiting till after the World Cup. It's going to be our victory tour of the World Cup. It's called the World Cup Comedy Tour. We're going through like 10 cities throughout the United States. You can go to worldcupcomedytour.com. It's myself, the Cooligans, Total Soccer Show.
The Cooligans.
Yeah. That's they're out of New York, and Total Soccer Show out of Virginia. Some of your guys listeners, some of the Dirtballs may be familiar with them if they're big soccer people. Pretty big soccer podcast. We're going to be doing Funny Bones. We're going to be doing Crackers, Laugh Factory Chicago.
Is there a website people can go to?
Yeah, they can go to worldcupcomedytour.com, and there's a link to all the tickets right there. So
Now, is
check
it
it
true
out.
that the patrons of the show will be getting yellow and red cards and can remove comedians from the stage?
Actually, that would be a great idea. To be honest with you, Joe, I may
Throw
have
that
to
in
put
there.
you on as a consulting
Yeah,
producer.
there you go. Just
gotta
give everybody yellow cards and red cards.
But we do have our official suppliers such as Roughneck Scarves, who is providing the official scarves of the World Cup Comedy Tour, and On the Volley Apparel is
I've
making
been saying
all
we
our
need
gear.
a dirty sports scarf.
Yeah.
To hang over the
so
couch.
we got On the Volley Apparel. We got Elvis Romero. One of your brethren from your Mexican team.
Yes,
Ain't
that's
nothing but a
right.
hound dog.
Yeah.
Good old Elvis.
Yeah.
You know him. He's
Making some shirts for us. So it's
Great.
he's a legend.
be
So
fun.
worldcupcomedytour.com.
Yeah, and on all social media, it's World Cup Comedy Tour. You can find it there. Harass us. Come out to the shows.
And you
It's cheap,
are
$15.
I know you don't
got-
know how to use Twitter, even though you're my dear friend. And
I'm learning.
I-
I'm learning.
I
learning.
see that people can follow you at Michael Magid. That's Magid.
Yeah, and on all social medias, it's Michael Magid.
Well, Magid, it's been a pleasure. By the way, guys, Magid is the guy who runs the Hostel Show with me every Tuesday and Saturday.
Yeah.
So if you ever are out and you're in LA and you want to come see some great free live comedy with a lot of attractive foreigners, I will say.
Oh, and if you want to see Andy somewhere other than performing in front of foreign people, next Sunday around this time, he's going to be performing at Laser Cat in West Hollywood.
That's
This
right.
is a great location for you to be performing
That's
stand-up
right.
comedy.
That's right. Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Yes.
Before you go, Magid, you talked about, and I've actually heard, you're not the first person that told me I would make a good goalie.
Yeah.
Good goalie size. It was
Yeah.
good at catching a football back
You
in
were a
the day.
receiver. You
was a
played
receiver.
basketball. You got good hand-eye
Can
coordination.
I take like a goalie class?
Absolutely.
For,
You want to take?
shits and giggles.
Yeah.
I
You know what? I tell you what, Joe. If you right now, right here, will take a class with the LA Goalkeeping Academy, we will completely comp it. If you're willing to plug it and
I'll
post
plug
it online,
We'll
we'll film it and post it online.
Great.
Absolutely.
Great. And then
Yeah.
do you play in like a rec league?
I do. I play in a men's league.
I'd like to get into the goalieing and then maybe just like play a couple rec.
I
soccer
think
games.
I think you'd do well. I mean, I don't know if you should play in the A league, but
No.
maybe.
Because kicking not my game.
Yeah,
So,
but
like,
I think one of the lower divisions.
Yeah,
We
let's
do
do
have
it.
promotion relegation though.
Great.
So maybe if your team does well enough, they'll move up and eventually play.
But
against my
also,
team.
I feel like you will probably be able to help with the kicking as well, right? Like the kicking of the punting.
Oh
the
yeah,
ball,
yeah, absolutely.
Which I'm going to need for my Aussie career.
Well, absolutely.
So-
Well,
And
you're
I-
gonna have to learn how to keep your toe down first.
And I
off,
think
yeah.
we should set up something where I get 5 or 10 shots in the goal, and we see if Prano can stop the goals from happening.
Can we put that together?
Yeah.
It's
EJ,
happening.
can we make that happen? All
Yeah.
right.
Perfect.
You can look at him. He looks like he's a fucking World Cup player.
Yeah,
Dude, he looks like Hulk from the old Brazil team.
yeah, don't know who that is, but yeah, we'll
He's
run
a
with
guy
it.
who looked like a bodybuilder, played for Zenit St. Petersburg.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, Magid, thank you for coming on to the show.
Thanks.
And I look forward to scoring goals on Prano.
Sounds good, man.
All right, thanks, bud.
All right, later.
You excited for the World Cup now, Prano?
Yeah. I'm excited as I've been in 4 years for the World Cup.
Me too. And I have something that makes me even more excited for our fans in Russia.
Oh, yeah? What do you got?
Maybe they can go on SeatGeek and get those tickets for the World Cup.
SeatGeek. Go to SeatGeek. Get your tickets.
That's right. SeatGeek, the official ticket app sponsor of the Dirty Sports Podcast. And I'll tell you what, it should be the official ticket app sponsor of the World Cup. I don't know if it is, but it should be.
Absolutely.
You can go on, you can see exactly where you're going to sit. You could maybe decide if you're going to sit in a section with hooligans, maybe a section with classier fans.
The home section, the away section.
It's all available on SeatGeek.
I'll tell you my favorite part about SeatGeek. When I go, they put all the tickets on a map and they give them different colors. Like the green is like really good value tickets, then the yellow, then the red. I wonder if they're going to reverse that for Russia. They're like, the red is the good tickets in Russia.
That's right. Best of all the DirtBalls get $20 off their first SeatGeek purchase. Just download the SeatGeek app and enter promo code DIRTY today. That's in the settings tab. Just put in DIRTY, DIRTY. That's promo code DIRTY for $20 off your first SeatGeek purchase. And I saw we've been getting a lot of great plugs, people using SeatGeek to see baseball.
I'll be in New York in a couple of weeks. June 25th, I'm going to Citi Field to watch the Dumpster Fire Mets take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. So if you want to join me at a Mets Pirates game in Citi Field, or if you want to join me for 4th of July in Seattle, get your tickets to some baseball games on SeatGeek.
Perfect. Promo code DIRTY. All right, let's get to some calls. We have not done DirtBall calls for a minute, and let's get to the let's get to the fans. Let's hear what they.
Let's hear what the fans have to say. Let's talk to the people.
Let's do it. DirtBalls, DirtBall calls.
Yeah.
DirtBalls,
I missed the
DirtBall
song.
calls. DirtBalls, DirtBall calls. We got the DirtBalls, DirtBall calls. Beverly Dillon Mata made it original.
I'll tell you what, I already like this episode of Calls better because I got my earphones back.
That's right.
Got my good headphones.
I got the slow person one.
Yeah.
Hello, this is Johnny Fez from Flagstaff, Arizona, home of the original Raiders fans. I've been watching Wild Wild Country, a show on Netflix I really recommend about a successful cult. Could there be a dirty sports cult? Like, what rituals would there be? Who would be our leader? Maybe we could recruit the homeless in Savage Town to join. Just let me know. Condoms are for Alexis.
Wow.
Oh,
Ooh.
shots fired.
Yeah, because you don't want to put a baby in her. I get it. Have you watched Wild Wild Country?
I haven't, but I would like to say off the top, I already feel like the Dirtball fam is a cult.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. But Wild Wild Country is crazy. He was talking about getting homeless people, and I think we could really turn Savage Town into a cult situation because they recruited homeless people, and then they were just drugging the homeless people.
I love it. Did you see? I posted these on my personal social media the other day. This reminds me with the homeless people. This is how we can recruit them. They have signs now by the post office in Venice. Sidewalk power washing and cleaning will be conducted weekly. All items left unattended will be removed. And they also have signs that say no loitering, police enforced. And they're putting boxed like plants on the sidewalk to basically say, fuck you, homeless, you ain't living here anymore.
Well, they're going to be living here
That's
at
the
the Smut
point.
Shack because we're going to need them as part of our cult. I think definitely Miller Lite, unlike Kool-Aid for Jamestown, will be the what was it? Johnstown? What was the cult down in South Africa?
I don't know that one.
Jonestown.
Are you going to be our David Koresh? You'd be a good cult leader.
I feel like I'd be a decent cult leader.
You'd be good.
Now you're gonna have to call your cult leader friend and be like, "Oh, we were talking about who'd be a better cult leader." Who do you think? Like when you call Drew about who'd be a better gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody wears, flag and anthem, grows beards or mustaches, drinks Miller Lite, turns down for never, tells people to kill themselves, and then eventually we all kill ourselves.
Yeah.
One big kill yourself.
No, we show up to Kobe Bryant's Hall of Fame enshrinement and all kill ourselves in massive suicide.
I love it.
Wearing LeBron as the GOAT shirts.
Yeah, and we all take shots of Buffalo Trace every time he says "I." Every time he makes it about himself.
Yeah.
We do the Kobe Bryant "I" challenge.
Love it. I can maybe put some bunk beds in here for some homeless people.
Yeah.
There's not much room, but we can make it work. All right, let's get to another call.
Hi, Andy. Hi, Joe. This is Zach DirtBall from Northwest Ohio. I got a question for you guys about an article that I just came across of a woman suing the Boston Red Sox for $9.5 million after getting hit in the face with a foul ball. And this was a couple years back. And I looked into it a little more to see where she was on the field exactly. If it sliced through the netting or something, I could understand what she's doing here. But she was in a luxury box in the second deck. Now, it didn't have the window glass on the front of it, but I'm guessing this lady probably wasn't paying attention or was on her phone like half of the fucks that go to these sporting events, which irritates me, but this lady can go kill herself. If you can't react to a foul ball that's coming up to a second deck and you get hit in the face by it, that's on you. So I wanted to see what your guys' thoughts were on foul balls hitting fans and if they have any right to bitch about it. Thanks.
I hope this lady actually dies from her wounds. We live in such a disgusting, litigious society where everybody wants to get paid for their own stupidity. This is the fucking baseball equivalent of the McDonald's lady spilling coffee on herself.
Yeah.
It's like, I've talked about it before. I've seen it so many times. People taking their fucking selfies, holding their baby up for a picture, turning their back to the field. Fucking the girl in San Diego the other day, she caught a baseball in her fucking beer and she chugged it. Now she's a goddamn internet sensation.
That gave me a boner watching that, by the way.
She's fucking fantastic. This bitch taking a foul ball off the face. Now she wants $9.5 million. Hey, you're in a fucking luxury box. Pay attention. Stop eating the fucking hot dogs that are free and the fucking peanuts that are free and catch a goddamn baseball.
But not to mention, isn't the team protected? Again, I don't know.
It says on the ticket.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Beware of batted balls. Now they've ruined the fucking close to the field. There's fucking fence everywhere. They're already ruining it. Baseball's so slow. Baseball's so boring. Right until you get hit in the face. And the baseball's moving too fast. It's unsafe for me. Ugh, I hope she dies from her wounds. I do. Goddamn, everything is fucking being ruined.
Yeah.
Everything's being ruined.
Well, you're right. It does. It ruins. What this woman doesn't realize is that she's ruining the game for everyone else. Everyone else, the game is ruined now because, like Joe said, they got to put up nets or protective stuff. You're just a fucking cunt. There's no other way to put it. You are a goddamn cunt who's ruining the fun for everyone else. And the fact that you think you can make money
for your stupidity.
Exactly. Oh, it's disgusting.
Everything. Oh, God. I can't wait to move to Mexico. I'm out of here. I can't do it anymore. Everything is ruined. I can't watch football without them telling me who can and can't fucking sit and stand when they want. Can't watch baseball without a fucking net in the way. I can't watch basketball without every motherfucker that couldn't make their high school team calling the greatest athlete that's ever walked the planet Earth a fucking faggot. It's unbelievable. I can't fucking watch anything. I can't enjoy any fucking sports anymore. It's
bad, man. It's really bad. No one ever wants to take any blame. To me, that's the problem. Like, the ball hit you. It's your fault.
Yeah.
Why is it their fault?
Instead of fucking,
Why don't you sue the player?
Yeah.
Why even stop at the Red Sox? Why don't you sue the player who was batting?
should have brought a glove like a fucking cheddar dick. Not that you could have fucking caught it, you dumb twat.
Jesus Christ. Cunt of the year. I mean, she's the first ever Dirty Sports cunt of the year. I'm going to look her up after this episode. I'm going to see what this fucking bitch looks like.
Can we look her up right now?
Yeah,
we need to.
You want to look her up while I play the next call?
Sure.
All right. But this is a happier call, Prano. This is about we have an update on Aussie rules.
Yes.
So this is a happier call for you. You look her up and I'll play the call.
Hey guys, Brad here, Atlanta DirtBall. With you guys all up on the Australian football, I wasn't sure if you guys knew, but the United States has an Australian football league. I actually worked their national tournament out in San Diego last year. They have a team in San Francisco, LA, and I think Orange County too, USAFL. It's pretty crazy. Not as insane as real Australian Aussie rules football, but at least half of the members can be Australian, so you get half and half. You guys should check it out. See, and then go support that this year. Later.
So there's an Aussie rules league out here, and he said they have a team in LA.
Yeah, the LA Dragons. Somebody tweeted me about this. It's exciting. We should go watch a game. And Magid's got us training in soccer. We should start training in Aussie football. I'm going to pump up our footy that we got in the mail. Let's start training.
But I can't wait to take it's a shame that you're on the road a lot these next few weeks, because I would love to take that fucking, what's it called? I want to call it a football. What's it really called? Just the ball?
Yeah, it's football.
It's called a football.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an Australian football.
Okay. I want to take that to the beach.
Yeah.
Definite chick magnet.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll be like, what kind of ball is that?
Yeah.
Like an Aussie ball.
Yeah.
By the way, just in case you're wondering, spoiler, who saw this coming? Stephanie fucking, what's her goddamn name? Stephanie Tobin is a dumb, white, ugly, clearly fucking racist piece of Massachusetts trash.
Of course she is.
She looks like every fuck.
Let me see.
You know why she wants $9.5 million? Because if she doesn't get $9.5 million, if she's not a millionaire, she's never getting laid. She's gross.
Of course.
She looks like every fucking piece of Massachusetts garbage that spent her whole fucking life getting jizzed in by racists who are fucking 16 Sam Adams deep. You fucking slime ball. Just go to the ballpark and keep the glass up so the players aren't going to hear you call them the N-word. Well, that's what you're going to have to have a trade-off, Stephanie. Either you protect yourself or you fucking, or you get to say the N-word loudly at fucking CC Sabathia. You can't have them both. You trash bag. She looks like a goddamn hefty bag came to life. Oh, look at her getting carted off the field on a fucking stretcher. Pay attention.
But that's not even the problem. Like, to me, it's a twofold issue. It's not just pay attention, Joe. It's even if you were paying attention, the ball hit you. You can't sue. It's a game. Shit happens.
Everybody's ruining everything for me. I can't enjoy sports. I can't enjoy comedy. I can't enjoy fucking anything. The goddamn reality star who's in charge of the country just went into fucking North Korea and got a fucking it came to a fucking nuclear agreement, and the goddamn internet's like, it's bullshit. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't fucking like the guy. I think he's a fucking moron. I think it's a goddamn joke that he's the president of the United States. But can you imagine if any other president went there and they were like, fucking North Korea says they're going to give up their nukes? Well, people be fucking jizzing in their faces.
Well, that's what they're saying, that there's no substance. to the agreement.
Well, if he went there, they're fucking friends. Like, aren't we supposed to be fucking? Is that the point? Is it supposed to be making allies with people? Obama got a fucking Nobel Peace Prize for carpet bombing weddings in Yemen.
Can we talk about the silver lining of all that? Dennis Rodman. Let's talk about that to make it sports related. Did you watch his CNN thing?
No, because I don't care.
You can't.
At all.
Oh, I think it's.
I didn't watch it for 1 second.
Oh, it's fascinating.
Every single person tweeting about it, I don't give a shit.
It's fascinating.
It's Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, but hold on. Don't you find it?
Has he learned?
No,
I haven't
hold on a
I haven't
second.
seen him talk in 5 years. Has he learned how to keep his lips out of his fucking mouth yet?
Hold on a second. The thought of think about this. Let's just set this up. I know you're worked up today, but Dennis Rodman on CNN wearing a "Make America Great" hat, all his tattoos, also wearing a marijuana cryptocurrency shirt that he's promoting.
Yeah.
All while crying, also at the same time dissing Obama for saying none of this could get done, and how Obama. I'm saying there's so many factors that I just find so entertaining.
Dennis Rodman's a moron.
He played a role in this, though.
Great.
Dennis Rodman played a role in world peace. That's a fact. He went there numerous times. He buddied up with Kim Jong-un, and here we are. And Dennis Rodman is a huge Trump guy.
He's I mean, why have I seen Dennis Rodman cry so many times? How many times have I seen Dennis Rodman with snot pouring out of his nose? Carmen Electra didn't like it when I dressed up like a woman. No one gives me credit for being a big three.
You want to do laugh?
Everything sucks. I'm so fucking.
Man, you need to get on the road. Get the fuck out of here.
I can't wait to go to Tahoe. I'm gonna go to the lake. I'm gonna go fucking dive in the lake.
You need.
I'm gonna go walk through the mountains.
That's what I'm saying. You need
I'm gonna
nature.
go see the degenerates that fucking go to casinos.
You need nature. Maybe
I need heroin. That's what I need.
Or a float lab. I'll buy you one when you come back. They're only $42. Would you do it if I paid for it?
Sure. It's just, but the thing is, I know the purpose, and
But
the thing is,
you got to go in with an open mind.
yeah,
man.
I'll go in with open mind, but then, yeah, all right, fine, I'll do it.
I'll pay for it.
Great.
We'll go in together. I mean, we can't go in the same tank, but you know what I'm saying. There's one last call. I can't play it because it's. I love you, Millie, but it's very tough to decipher. But I had to play it 3 times, and it's kind of maybe related to this dumb chick who's suing. Most embarrassing sports moment.
Okay.
Is what he was trying to get to. He was struck out by a female in Little League, and he said it was his most embarrassing sports moment.
Got it.
And I figured you probably had one.
Yeah, I've got a couple of good ones. When I was in 8th grade, maybe when I was in 8th grade, I was playing basketball, and I was a point guard, so I was guarding their point guard. And he went to drive by me, and I stripped him to the point where he was still heading to the basket, not knowing he didn't have the basketball.
Yeah.
And I was, like, when I say I was 45 feet from anybody else on the court going the other way, I mean, I was wide. It was like people must have been like, what the hell just happened? A fantastic play by me, and I'm all alone. And I fucking duffed the layup. I missed the layup, and fucking I was so all alone that I missed the layup and was able to get my own rebound. And then just as somebody got there, like, I fucking miss another layup. Like, I mean, that one was actually contested, but I missed another one, and it goes out of bounds. And I was like, I can't. I was on the verge of tears when the ball went out of bounds because I was like so embarrassed at how open I was that I missed that layup.
Yeah.
That was a bad one. And then another time, I think it was JV basketball. I tore off my warm-up pants to go into the game, and I hadn't put my shorts on.
Yeah.
And I was wearing Mr. Potato Head boxer shorts. And everybody comes to the JV games to watch the varsity game. You know what I mean? You're there and you watch the JV first. People kind of mill in and like get there, just watch the second half, and then the varsity game starts. There's a whole pregame and everything. It's a bunch of people there getting ready for the varsity game, and I get announced to go in, and then I got to fucking pull my pants back on. But they're like this snap-off pants, so then I have them in my hands, and I had to like run to the locker room and get my fucking pants, get my shorts.
You know, the first time I was ever really embarrassed, I was so little, but I vividly to this day remember it. I was on a soccer team. I was probably 7 or 8. Back when I was actually good at soccer, or when I played, and but I was on a shitty team. Like I was the alpha dog on our awful. Even at that young age,
Yep.
Kobe Bryant, it's a team game.
Right.
I knew at 7 and 8, I was just the best guy on my team. It didn't mean maybe I was the best player like in the league. It just meant I was on a shitty team. And I think I talked about this team. We were called the Electric Bananas. We were yellow.
Look at this. I got the electric banana on my shirt here.
I know. And
I feel like this is kismet. I have some MeUndies banana boxers too. This is
Wow.
This is banana day.
that's wild.
It's bananas.
So we're in a game, and I get what
What kind of Fruit Loop names the team the Electric Bananas? By the way, hope you were never in a van alone with that guy.
Well, his son played in the team.
Yeah, I bet he did.
What is it? A penalty kick? What's it called when you get the kick, right?
A free kick, penalty kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus, we just went over the World Cup. We don't even know the basic rules. Anyway, so
Well, penalty kicks when you have the free kick at the goal, and then just a free kick happens like after a foul, you kick it from like where you're alone, but not just you and the goalie.
This is when I was alone.
You and the goalie.
Yeah, but I'm a little kid, so
Yeah,
the rules
so you got
might
the
be
penalty
different.
kick, right?
I think it was called the Dribblers League. It's
Okay.
Anyway,
The Dribblers League.
I'm all stoked.
I just see a young Andy Ruther with his bowl cut playing for the Electric Bananas. He's like, fucking stoked. About to rip a penalty shot.
So I'm all ready, and of course the coach, when we had the penalty kicks, it's like Andy's kicking it. Of course, he's our guy. So I had that 7-year-old swag. I knew I was the guy, and it was at Maddox Elementary grade school. Right before, as I'm, you step a few feet back as you go to kick. There apparently, which I didn't see in the ground because it wasn't sticking out hard. There was a big rock, and I tripped over the rock. Now, normally, you have to kick. Like if I tripped and fell, they would just let me kick.
Yeah.
But not only did I trip, my motion took me forward, and I barely touched the ball, and it went like a foot forward. I didn't actually fall. Does that make sense? Like I tripped, but my right leg goes forward, and I hit the ball like a foot. And the ref's like, well, that's the kick. And then we lost the game, and I was so embarrassed that how could I trip over a rock and talk about just putting someone's ego in check at like a young age. It was bad, man.
That was your last day playing soccer.
Basically. Or this.
You should have been like, oh, my leg. Oh, it's broken. That rock came out of nowhere. The red card.
Or here's another one. In high school, we were really good. I didn't start. I was backup cornerback, and we went up to Cleveland State Ignatius. They're like, if you follow Ohio football, they're dominant. They had never been. We had never beat Cleveland State Ignatius.
Yeah.
Right. We go up there. We put up 50 points on them. I'm playing, which I never thought I'd be in the game. There's a deep fade. They still have their starters in. I'm right there with the receiver. I'm going up. He's going up. But this is a guy like, bro, you got like 4 or 5 inches on me. He goes up, literally rips the ball away from me, like a Michael Irvin type guy.
Yeah.
Rips the ball away from me and waltzes into the end zone, and I fall on the fucking ground. And I'll never forget our head coach because he didn't have a way of words. I go on the sideline. He looked at me, and he goes, Ruther, you had your chance, and you blew it. To this day, my family laughs about that.
That's funny.
Like, thanks, coach. Now I'm going to go kill myself.
I had a situation when I was playing varsity basketball where I didn't play a ton, and I had a fantastic week of practice, and the coach was like, I'm going to put you in, like you're going to get minutes this game. And I was like, oh, wow. Like he told me like in advance. So in the first half, like I would spell guys, and I'd get in late in the game if we were up big, if we were down big, if somebody got in foul trouble. But he was like, no, you're getting minutes. And it wasn't my fault on the pass, but some guy threw a pass and it like went off my fingers, bad pass, and it went off my fingers out of bounds. So I try to save it, and I go to bounds, and I dive, and I save it over, like throw it back in, and I fall over the visitor's bench, and then my foot's like caught between like two chairs on the bench, and the ball's like taken out of play. And I was caught so long in the fucking chairs that he had subbed me out before I could get. He's like, fuck it. I put somebody else in. We'll get him out of the goddamn chairs. We'll worry about it later. He's like, we'll put you back in the second half. But what the fuck was that? I was like, I was caught in the chairs. What do you want me to do?
Wow. That's great. Well, those are the calls. The hotline is 310-359-8365. Go see my boy here. He's
if you're up in Tahoe, Reno, that area, Carson, come see me this week. If you're listening to this, I'm already in South Lake Tahoe. I'm at Harvey's Casino, the Improv at Harvey's. Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. I think there's 2 shows Saturday. I'm right back here, and then I'm back on the road to New York, New Jersey, and back here, and then up in Washington. So go to joeprano.com, check out my shows. If you've ever supported the show, if you ever supported Joe Prano Takes the Stand, if you ever supported the Vince Fund, hit me up. Anytime there's guest lists, I try to get any DirtBalls on. You know, gotta keep the cult members happy.
That's right.
Everybody gets an electric banana in the green room.
Yeah. So go check out Prano Live at Fix Your Life. You can follow me at Andy Ruther, at The Dirty Sports. And yeah, guys, we got some great iTunes reviews recently. If you're a new Dirtball, because we've gotten some new Dirtballs that have DM'd me, I'll just leave an iTunes review. It takes 2 seconds, helps the show. And again, support everything else. We have Dirty Slides, which is about to go to its own feed. We're about to make that
I hope
leap.
you guys keep supporting. It's been tons of support for Dirty Slides so far.
Yeah.
Make sure you subscribe to the new feed when it pops up. Keep your eye on Twitter. Keep your eye on Instagram. Listen on this show. Subscribe, rate, review, and subscribe to that when it happens.
Yeah, love it. So we're building some things over here. Thanks for all the love. Thanks for all the support, guys. And most importantly, don't forget, condoms are for pussies.
I said, welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast with Andy Ruther and Joe Prano. Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast.